The habit of grasping for immediate answers often masks the intent of the writing. We rush to fill in the blanks, eager to show how much we know. Centuries ago, writers recognized this specific psychological trait and used it to separate those seeking knowledge from those seeking confirmation of their own status. One such test appears in the 30th chapter of Proverbs. The author asks, "Who has ascended to heaven and come down? Who has established all the ends of the earth?" Then, the writer poses the final challenge. What is the person's name, and what is the name of the person's child? Historically, many readers have moved quickly to answer. Modern theological interpretations frequently identify the person and the son as God and Jesus, treating the verse as a direct prophecy. By providing a definitive name, the reader changes the nature of the challenge. Instead of a question that demands an admission of ignorance, it becomes a confirmation of existing beliefs. The surrounding verses frame these questions within a broader focus on human limitation. The author lists impossible tasks, gathering the wind in your fists or wrapping the oceans in a garment. These descriptions function as a psychological mirror, forcing the reader to recognize their own scale compared to the world. This is a rhetorical trap. The writer is actively baiting the audience, using an impossible question to catch human hubris in the act. The setup tests whether you will claim to fully comprehend the unanswerable or recognize the actual boundary of your own intellect. The overwhelming silence following the ancient riddle suggests that the only correct answer to the question is simply nobody. No mortal man has established the ends of the earth. No human son has reached out to bind the waters in a cloak. The rest of the chapter reinforces this by repeatedly describing the physical and intellectual smallness of the reader. The text leads to a confrontation with our own human inadequacy. Rushing to claim divine answers overrides the original lesson. It takes a poem about limits and forces it to carry the weight of a theology developed much later. Violently twisting these words to fit a religious framework removes the grounding power of the text. We lose the simple instructions to obey wisdom, do good, and avoid the arrogance of overestimating our status. Claiming to know the name of the unnameable is the exact type of foolishness the chapter specifically condemns. The text suggests that true wisdom begins when the human ego is dismantled. Facing the vastness of the cosmos requires radical humility. We can choose to accept the scale of the world without needing to project ourselves. We can stop trying to name every force in the universe and instead recognize the boundaries of our own perception. The most enduring wisdom in the text comes from the simple, difficult act of knowing how small you really are.